कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तेरा बनचारे यमुना तेरा बनचारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। जय राधा मदन मोहन, राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम, जय कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम। जय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय, गौरनिताय जय नवद्वीप धाम। जय नृसिंहदेव, जय नृसिंहदेव, नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव। नीताय गर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। जय प्रभुपद, जय प्रभुपद, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपद। नीताय गर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। जय श्री श्री राधा माधव, जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की, जय श्री कृष्णदेव भगवान की, जय समत गौर भक्त वृंद की। All glories to the assembled devotees, 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 all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भागवतेरुत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। श्रीमद् भागवतम 5th canto 5th chapter text 26। सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः, चरानि भूतानि सुतद्रुवानि संभावितव्यानि पदे पदेवो विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं मे सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि भूतानि सुतद्रुवानि संभावितव्यानि पदे पदेवो विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं मे सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि भूतानि सुतद्रुवानि संभावितव्यानि पदे पदेवो विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं मे. Please repeat. सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि संभावितं संभावितव्यानि पदे पदेवो विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं मे सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि भूतानि सुतद्रुवानि संभावितव्यानि पदे पदे विविक्तदृग्भिः सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि भूतानि विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं. माताजी सर्वाणि मद्विष्णतया भवद्भिः चरानि भूतानि सुतद्रुवानि संभावितव्यानि पदे पदे विविक्तदृग्भिस्तदहुहर्हणं मे. What word meaning? Sarvani, all, Madvishnataya, because of being my sitting place, Bhavadbihi, by you, Charani, that move, Bhutani, living entities, Sutaha, my dear sons, Dhruvani, that do not move, Sambhavitavyani, to be respected, Pade Pade, at every moment, Baha, by you, Viviktadrigbihi, possessing clear vision and understanding that the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Paramatma feature is situated everywhere. Tat who, that indirectly, ha, certainly, arhanam, offering respect me unto me. Translation: My dear sons, you should not envy any living entity, be he moving or non-moving. Knowing that I am situated in them, you should offer respect to all of them at every moment. In this way, you offer respect to me. Please repeat after me. My dear sons, you should not envy any living entity, be he moving or non-moving. Knowing that I am situated in them, you should offer respect to all of them at every moment. In this way, you offer respect to me. Purport: In this verse, the word Bivikta Dig Bihi, meaning without envy, is used. All living entities are the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Paramatma feature, is confirmed in Brahma Samhita Andantanastu Paramanochayantarastam. The Lord is situated in this universe as Garbhodakshay Vishnu and Kshirodakshay Vishnu, and he is also situated within every atom. And according to the Vedic statement, Ishavashyam Idam Sarvam, the Supreme Lord is situated everywhere, and wherever he is situated is his temple. We even offer respects to a temple from a distant place, and all living entities should similarly be offered respect. So this is different from the theory of pantheism, which holds that everything is God. Everything has a relationship with God because God is situated everywhere. And we should not make any particular distinction between the poor and the rich like the foolish worshippers of Daridra Narayana. Narayana is present in the rich as well as the poor. And one should not simply think Narayana is situated among the poor and he is everywhere. An advanced devotee will offer respects to everyone, even to cats and dogs. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmane Gavyasthine Sunichiva Shapakeja Pandita Samadarshina. The humble says, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. So this Samadarshina, equal vision, should not be mistaken to mean that the individual is the same as the Supreme Lord. So they are always distinct. Every individual person is different from the Supreme Lord. It is mistake to equate the individual living entity with the Supreme Lord on the plea of Bivikta Drik, Samadrik. The Lord is always in the exalted position, even though he agrees to live everywhere. Srila Madhvacharya, quoting Padma Purana, states, Bivikta Drishti Jivanam Dishnataya Parameshwarasya Bhedo Drishtihi. One who has clear vision and who is devoid of envy can see that the Supreme Lord is separate from all living entities, although he is situated in every living entity. And Madhvacharya further quotes from Padma Purana, Upapadayat Paramatmanam Jivebhya Yah Pade Pade Bhede Naivana Chaitasmat Priya Vishnu Tu Kasyana. One who sees the living entity and the Supreme Lord as always distinct is very dear to the Lord. Padma Puran also states, Yah haras chaiva jivanam bhedo bhakta hare priyaha. One who preaches that the living entities are separate from the Supreme Lord is very dear to Lord Vishnu. Om ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunitam jena tasmai Sri Guru Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manoha Vishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandyaham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangsha Sri Rupam Sagarajatang Sahagana Raghunatang Nitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Shahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaka Nitangsha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurvakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ukam Karati Vachalam Pangam Langvaita Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Guru Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanya Sharam. Hare Krishna. So first of all, I'd like to ask blessing from all the senior devotees so that I can give some justification on the transcendental topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this text is very, very important. सर्वाणि मद्दिष्णतया भवद्भिश्चराणि भूतानि सुता ध्रुवाणि संभवितव्यानि पदे पदे वो विविक्त दृग्भिस्तदहु अर्हनो में. Translation. You see, very carefully you can see the translation is such a profound. My dear sons, you should not envy any living entity, be he moving or non-moving. So, most of the time we can give respect to the moving entities like human being, but it's quite impossible to give respect to the non-moving objects like trees, plants, this and that also. Because another symptom of a pure devotee is Sabara Jangamana dekhe na dekhe tanmurti sarvatto hai nija ishta deva spurti. Means, and also another text is there that Sarvatta Krishna Rup Kare Jalmal Se Deki Bare Pai Jaraki Nirmal. So, the form of Krishna is twinkling, dazzling everywhere. But the person, one whose eyes is soft, anointed with the love of God, he can see only the Supreme Personality of Godhead everywhere in each and every, within each and every living entity like even trees, plants. For example, whenever you walk on the road, what do? We just take any leaf from the trees and we just tear it off. So even, trees and all the living entities, they are also having life. For that reason, even we should not tear it off, even the leaves from the trees. Because like, if I take any pore from my body, then immediately there will be pain. So even the living entities like Dr. Jagadish Chandra Bose from Calcutta, he discovered that he is a modern scientist, that even trees, plants and all these living entities, they are also having life. For example, whenever we cut any trees, the sap comes out from the trees. So that is the blood of trees also. So that's what those are actually pure devotee, even they can give respect to even the non-moving object like trees, plants, etc. This and that's also. And here in this translation, there is one word has been used. You should not envy any living entity. Now, today's class, the whole class will be on this envy. You see, when you wanted to enjoy the Supreme Personality of separately from the Supreme Personality of Godhead or independently of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or due to a rebellious mentality towards Krishna, we wanted to enjoy separately from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For that reason, Krishna, he has created this entire material cosmos. Because through that pure spiritual body, we can't enjoy in the spiritual world. That's what. And then originally, the Bhugovancha, the enjoyment mentality came in our mind because of enviousness, due to a rebellious mentality towards Krishna from the spiritual world. Actually, the enviousness was there even in the spiritual world, that why Krishna is the only center of enjoyment, why not me? That's what. In the pure spiritual world, we wanted to enjoy separately from the Krishna. And Krishna says you can't enjoy in the pure spiritual world through that pure spiritual body. For that reason, you have to take another material body through which you can enjoy in this material world. That's what Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Lalita Vishaka Krishna Balaram Gauranitai Nishangade Bhagavan ki. So this envious mentality started from the pure spiritual world. That's what this envious mentality is so deep-rooted even within devotee community, what to speak of outside. I have researched in Bhagavad Gita yesterday each and every text, 700 verses, and I have found more than 13 times I have quoted each and every verse. 13 times this word have come in Bhagavad Gita. This desh, this hatred, enviousness has come 13 times. First verse in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, 57. There it is written, Yes sarvatra anavisneha tat praipa shubha ashubham navinandati no deshti. The word deshti has come. Tasya pragya pratishtita. Because the word, enviousness is such a, you can put any adjective, the most formidable, the most dreadful, the most awesome, the most fearsome, the most horrific, the most terrific, any object, as many adjectives you can put before the word is not enough. Because this is the original reason, this is the root cause of the living entity that we are here in this material world. Only for this one bad quality is called enviousness. And this such a bad quality you can't even imagine. And the translation of this verse is there. In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil, he may obtain neither praising in not despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 52 text. Now in another text, Ragodesha vimuktoisto Vishayan Indriyas Charan Atma Vishayar Videyatma Prasadam Adhigacchati means Raghav. The first word has come Raghav. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principle of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. 2nd chapter, 64 text. Because unless and until Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says this envious mentality is completely uprooted from the heart, he cannot become a sadhu. It straightly says the person who is envious, what to speak of a sadhu, is not even a gentleman, he says, because this is the root cause of our bondage. And all these texts, all these texts from 2nd chapter to even 18th chapter, I found there are 13 times this word have been mentioned. No other words have been mentioned like this enviousness. Because each and every text you'll find the symptoms of a liberated person is that he is free from this raga and desha, attachment and this enviousness. And in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter 34 text, it is said, you can see afterward, you can quote, Indriyasya indyarthasya rago desho vyavastito tayarna vasham agachet to hi asya paripanto. The meaning, there are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion because there are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. Means the person is envious, he cannot reach the super soul at any amount of time, at any time he cannot reach the super soul, because like there is one verse in Bhagavatam that even pujaris, if they worship in the temple, and if any living entity comes and if he sees all the living entities in hatred vision, then his offering even oblation to the sacrifice is simply offering oblation to the ashes. If he can't see living entity, Paramatma within each and every living entity. I forgot in the teachings of Lord Kapil Deva, there is one text. I tried to find, I didn't find. It's there in Vaishnava Sloka. That even if he offers oblation to the sacrifice, he's simply offering oblation to the ashes. If he can't see Paramatma within each and every living entity. And the person who sees Jitatmana Prashantasya Paramatma Samahito Shita Ushna Shukya Dekusha Tata Manava Pamanayo. And the person who has reached the super soul, he cannot become an envious person because he already reached the super soul. And if someone has sees the super soul within each and every living entity, how can he become an envious person? Because that is not the quality of an envious person. And if he has envious mentality, that means he has not reached the super soul, whoever is maybe. And then Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, 3rd slok, it says, Geyah sa nitya sannyasi jono deshti no kangshati nirdanda hi mahabahu sukam bandati pramuchyate, means one who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities is known to be always renounced And such a person free from dualities easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated. Means each and every text you can find that person who is free from envious, he is liberated person. And then text 7 chapter 27, it's written, Ichcha desha samuttena dandamuhena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sarga janti parantapa. Means, O son of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, builded by dualities arising from desire and hate. This means desti. All the dualities arise from this quality. And in 9 chapter 29 text, it is says, Samaham sarvabhuteshe nome desti asti no priyo ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya moite teshu chapyaham. I envy no one. The first word has come, no one. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whatever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Bhagavad Gita, 9 chapter 29 text. And then, Odeshta sarva bhutani maitre karuna ebocho nirmama nirahankara sama dukkha sukha kshami संतुष्ट सततम जोगी जतात्मा धीर निश्चय मय अर्पित मन बुद्धि जमा भक्त समय प्रियो. This is actually 12th chapter. Actually, everyone should memorize 12th chapter. Actually, we are neophyte devotee. His case Prema Bhakti, he taught us this chapter first. This 12th chapter Bhakti Yoga. And this is each and every text you can use in your life. There are 20 verses are there. And there are 3 texts have been found about desti. Means, one who is envious but is a kind of friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. And then he says, Jana rishyati no desti, no shuchati no kangshati, subha subha parityagi, bhaktiman yasame priyo. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and one who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. This is 12 chapter 17. I'll come, then I'll narrate so many stories from different scriptures. Now, the 5 great elements, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses and the mind, the 5 senses objects, desire, hatred, happiness, disgrace, the aggregate, the life symptoms and convictions, all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interaction. Bhagavad Gita, 13 chapter, 6 number verse. And then, Prakasham cha prabhritim cha moham evo cha pandavo no desti. Again, no desti sam prabhritani no nibritani kangshoti. Means, this is in 14 chapter 22 text. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate, the word hate has come. Hate illumination, attachment and delusion. When they are present or long for them, who then disappear. Who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities. So all the qualities, the symptoms of liberated soul, the symptoms of a liberated soul have been given that the person on who doesn't have any envy. And then on 2 more texts. That is in 16 chapter 19 verse. Tanaham dishatah kruran Sangsāresu naradhamo kshipyami ajasram ashubam asureshu ebo junishu. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast unto the ocean of material existence into various demoniac species of life. Means those who are envious person, he cast into them in material existence. And then text 18 chapter 10 number. No desti akushalam karma kushale nanu sajjate tyagi satta samabhishto medavi chinna sangsaya. The intelligent renouncer situated in the mood of goodness, neither hateful of an inauspicious work, nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. And then the ultimate text, he says, Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yukto, Drita Atmana Niyamocho, Shabdadin Vishayang Tyaktva Raga Desho, Raga Desho, Vyadushacho. The meaning is being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred, one who sees, one who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind and power of speech, who is always in trance, and who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship and peaceful, such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. And in Bhagavatam, 4 times I have found, because gradually Gita is the, Baladev Vidyabhushan says Gita is the lowest version of our Gauri Vaishnava Sampradaya, it's not a highest version. And then gradually after Gita, Bhagavatam, because Bhagavat is from Nirmat Sara, Nirmat Saranam Satam. So for that reason the word Desh has been used very less. Only 4 times, only there, only, even there are 18,000 verses are there, but the word Desh have been used only 4 times. In Chaitanya Charitamrita only found I 1 time. Each and every text I searched. Only 1 time in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 4 time in 4 time or 5 time in Bhagavatam, but 14 times have been used the word Desho. No other words have been used like this. Now I'll narrate different story from scriptures. Once Buddhadev, Lord Buddhadev, why does envious mentality come into our mind? Because you can't tolerate other qualities. Why he is on that position? Because he deserves to be that in this position. That's what he is in the position. But we can't tolerate other qualities. That's what envious mentality starts in our heart. Like for example, once Lord Buddhadev, he was so famous at that time when Vednamaniya Buddha Hoilo Nastik. So he was preaching the Buddhist philosophy, and through Nyayajal he was making throughout all Bharat Varsho he was making Buddhist. One person, he became envious towards him. So every day he used to criticize him. What the hell he has all these qualities and everyone is praising him. So every day he used to chastise him, and one day he told all the villagers that whenever this person comes to this village, he should not give any alms for him. And everyone says okay. So Lord Buddhadev heard that sentence, and the next day he went to his house. Lord Buddhadev, he went to his house and said, Bhikshang Dehi. So he opened the door and he found that Buddhadev was standing in front of him. Then the moment he found him and he started chastising, you're a fine, you're a bhondo, this and that. So all the bad words he was giving to Lord Buddhadev, that you're Pakandi, being a sadhu, you're just simply begging and eating, doing nothing, because most of the people they criticize even devotees that you are not doing anything, and just simply eating in the temple, and people are giving donation and you are just simply eating. So similar incident happened to Lord Buddhadev. So Lord Buddhadev, he chastised maybe more than 10 minutes. He gave all the bad words to Lord Buddhadev, and Buddhadev simply he was laughing. He was not saying anything. Then ultimately he says, आपका गाली का भांडार खत्म हो गया. All the bad words have been finished from your bhandar, means from your heart. He says, of course. He says, now can I ask you one question? Of course. He says, tell me, like, if in your friend's birthday ceremony, if you want to give special gifts, you have purchased from markets, special diamonds, this and that, so all the gifts you have purchased from the markets, and you want to give all these things to the friend, to your friend on birthday ceremony. But the moment you went there, and he says, I don't need all these things. So what you do with all these things? He says, all these things would remain with me. Then Lord Buddhadev says, within 10 minutes, You have given me such a special gifts, all the bad words, but I didn't accept any of your words. So tell me, where all these words would remain? This is with me. Then who has become beneficial, you or me? You have simply, emanated your, enviousness towards me, but I am completely situated on the soul. I don't care even if you kick me out, even if you throw stone, I don't care. Because the person who is situated, he is not, neither he laments for happiness, neither he laments for distress. So I am situated on the platform of soul, and soul never rejoices for anything else. And whatever, whether you chastise me or whether you, kill me, I don't care. Then immediately fell on his feet. Really, you are the worthy of, you deserves to be a respectful person. So this is a one example. So the person, like you can see now, Duryodhana. Duryodhana was such an envious person, and enviousness actually comes from false ego. He even never allows umbrella on his top. Why umbrella should be on top of my head? Because Vyakuf umbrella to pare. He even never allows umbrella on top of his head. Then why umbrella should be on top of my head? Such a Vyakuf. So this is called the topmost level of enviousness, that no one should be, on top of my head. Like for example, when Duryodhana, all the Pandavas, they are in incognito or also in exile, and then at that time, in order to get, fame, he used to distribute wealth, because each and every citizens of that state used to love Yudhishthira Maharaj, not Duryodhana. So every day he used to, distribute wealth, so that people, at least they should praise him and give some respect. But, even after giving so much wealth, people used to respect Yudhishthira Maharaj, because when their kingdom have been separated, and like Khandaprastha, what is called Indraprastha, when they made Indraprastha, all the citizens, they wanted to go from Hastinapur to that city, because they used to love Yudhishthira Maharaj. Now, Duryodhana, he was such an envious person that when Pandavas, they were in the exile in the forest, so he even could not, see that they are in good state in the forest also. So what he wanted to do, like after eating, when people they eat, they left their remnants. So he left their remnants, and they wanted to take these remnants to the forest, so that Pandava can see that we have eaten so many good things, this and that, so Rajakiya foods. So he went to the forest to show them that, you see, if people are living in the forest, and see, we are in such a luxurious position. He took all the remnants to the forest. But Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is not at all an envious person. Actually, he is renowned that he is Ajata Shatru. He doesn't have any enemy. Actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj had enemy, but the meaning of that, envious person, or the meaning of non-envious person is that he has enemy, but he doesn't think anyone as enemy. He has enemy. That Krishna, even he has also enemy. Being a supreme personality of God, he had also enemy. But Krishna, being situated on the transcendental platform, he doesn't think anyone as an enemy. That is the meaning of enemy, a non-envious person. Enemy would be there in the world as long as we are in this. Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Lalita Vishaka Krishna Balaram Gauranitai Nishingade Bhagavan Ki. Now, the person who has reached the super soul, Jitatmana Prashantasya Paramatma Samahito, he cannot become envious. How? He can take the example from, there is one book is written by Bhakti Sharaf Damodar Maharaj, Consciousness is the Missing Link. He has given one wonderful example. He expounded very lucidly, very explicitly, and very scrutinizingly in that scripture, in that book. He can give one example, like for example, when you operate radio, from radio station, different kinds of sound, noises are coming from different station. So we can't figure it out actually whether the Paramatma is guiding us or the mind is guiding us. Because sound, you can't figure it out that from which station the sound is coming. Because the babble, all the desires, actually it says in one book, one of scientists from Japan, he says that within 24 hours, 60,000 thoughts come into our mind. 60,000 thoughts come into our mind within 24 hours. Such a, now how can you stop all the desires? That's what Buddhist philosophy, they say that you should, stop all the desires. But if you stop all the desires, then living entity will become pattar. So living entity cannot be desireless. Desire would be there. So from different station the sound is coming, so we can't figure it out from which station the sound is coming. So similarly the mind is guiding us, at the same time the super soul, because Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that Andantanasto Paramano Chayantarasto means the person, because the super soul is situated within each and every atom. So that's what, the person who has self-realized, who has reached the super soul, he has to see each and the super soul within each and every living entity. Otherwise, his heart will not be equipoised. He will not become a peaceful person. Because the symptoms of a peaceful person that he has reached super soul within his heart, and the moment when you see super soul within his heart, then he can see also super soul everywhere in each and every atom. And that is the real definition of pure devotee. So the mind is also guiding us, and at the same time Paramatma also guiding us, like the sound of radio station, from which station the sound is coming, we can't figure it out. So that's what we have to hear the sound from Guru, because the external manifestation of Guru, Paramatma is Guru, Chaitya Guru, and then external manifestation is the personal Guru. So Guru has direct connection with the super soul. That Guru is also living entity, but he has direct connection because he has reached the super soul, he has seen the supreme truth. That's what he can impart supreme truth unto the hearts of disciple. That's what Guru is, the external manifestation. And Srila Prabhupada says that Kshirodakshayi Vishnu and the Karanadakshayi Vishnu, that as we know, the Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is there within every atom. Now another incident, like in the life sketch of Sridhar Swami, the person who has commented on Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the Swamina Mania Hoilo Besha. If anyone doesn't accept Sridhar Maharaj's comment, he is Besha. So once what happened, Sridhar Swami, he wanted to take sannyas just after taking when he was in the Grihastha life, he just got married 6 months back. And all of a sudden, Vairagya came into his mind that I should take sannyas. And then wife was very morose. 6 months pehle he have just got married. And now let child be born, and after that he can take sannyas. He says, no, I want to take sannyas now. He says, no, you can't take sannyas now. I'm pregnant. You can't take sannyas now. You have to take sannyas when child will be born. Then he says, okay. So what happened? After 9 or 10 months, child took birth, and then mother died. So mother died. Now he is in a great dilemma. He promised that after, when child will be born, then I will take sannyas. Now mother has died, and what to do? Who will look after child? So one day, just after, taking birth, when child took birth, and he was sitting on the threshold like this, and he was thinking what to do, and all of a sudden he saw one baby lizard was walking on the ceiling wall. One baby lizard was walking on the ceiling wall, just took birth, that baby lizard, and then immediately fall on the ground, and just by falling ground he swallowed an insect into his mouth. And then Sridhar Maharaj Swami, he understood, hey, this little baby lizard just took birth, And no one has taught him. No one has taught him how to eat, what to do, how to work. Just by taking birth, how did he understand that I have to eat? I have to swallow up one insect into his mouth? And then he understood. This is simply Paramatma. So Paramatma taught him by this example that he should not think about this. If he deserves to be someone's son, he will become someone's son. So immediately he left house, leaving after this baby lizard, baby. And then one person there, one king was used to live over there, and then he was walking by that house and he didn't have any son. So since long time he was searching for a son, and I don't have any son, because if someone is not having any son, any shantan, then he become very bonus. So he heard the sound of that crying sound from that house, and he entered into that house, and he found this baby was lying down. No one was there. The entire house was empty, and he took him and became the son of a king. So we can see this example. And then another example we can see. This is a simple example. Like once upon a time, one guru, he gave, all of you know, maybe so many disciples of theirs, he gave mango on the hand of each of those disciples. And then he asked all of them, go out from the temple and find such a place where no one will see you. So they went, and then little disciple, they just immediately swallowed or just ate the mango and came out. And the most junior disciple, he was searching for a secluded place where no one will see him for 3 days, but he never found any place that no one is observing him. Then after 3 days, with mango on his palm, on his hand, he came to that guru and he says, I could not find any place where no one will see him. And he said, yes, you have understood the truth, because you have understood the super soul, that super soul is observing in each and every place within 10 direction, and the someone who has understood, he has reached the super soul. And he says, you have understood the truth. I have given this example only for, he says, to make you understand that who is really qualified. Now in order to understand the super soul in our heart, because all the dirty things are there since time immemorial, like Cheta Dorpano. Similar incident, that once upon a time there is a guru, and he asked one of his disciples, he go to a hotel, I just want to check you out, that whether you are qualified to become a successor after my disappearance. So he asked his senior most disciple, he got to a hotel, and after staying 1 week he come to me, I want to see. He said, okay. So he went to a hotel, and he found, in hotels generally, all the nonsense people come, boys and girls and this and this also. So there is not special thing. But every day he used to notice something, that the owner of that hotel, what he used to do, he used to clean the mirror of that hotel every day in the morning time and in the evening time. So he noticed that, and one day asked him that why do you look after this mirror so much? Every day you clean this mirror in the morning time and in the evening time. He says, you see, whenever the guests come into my hotel, first thing they would look after the mirror. They would look after the mirror, whether their face is okay, is not, this and that, so. So the first thing they will look after their mirror, after their face. So that's what, from the morning one time, and in the morning one time, and in the evening another time, I wash this or clean this. So after 1 week, he went to his guru, and guru asked him, so what did you understand in the hotel? He says, the one thing I have understood, because there is no special thing in the hotel, all the nonsense things goes on over there. One thing I understood, that every day the owner of that house used to clean the, what is called, mirror of that, of each of those rooms. So I noticed, I asked him, and guru asked, what did you understand? He says, every day, in each and every second, all the anarthas are coming into our mind like dust. all the desires, because unlimited desires are there, and each and every moment we can check out our heart. If we write down and if you make one notebook from 4:30 to before sleeping in 9:30, you can make everyday diary. Every day there will be one diary. How many desires are there in our heart? You yourself can find out. So dust is coming in each and every moment. Dust like material desires are coming each and every moment. And the cleaning process is hearing, because the most active principle of purifying our heart is hearing. Hearing can purify in such a way, no other seva except hearing can purify our heart. That's all. Nashto prayasya avadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nashto prayasya, not even completely, 99%, and 1% only by seva. So darpan, actually the Sanskrit word darpan means like darpa plus no. Darpa means pride, ahankar, and no means to give. So each and every moment, at any circumstances, at any place of our life, the heart is giving special kind of false ego. You are such a such, you are this and that's also. So that's a darpo, and no means to give. Like for example, when you go in front of our mirror, even anyone is having this kind of mentality, we want to look after our face. So the darpa is giving the special kind of false ego that you are such and such. So our heart is giving all kinds of false ego, all kinds of anartha, like this darpa plus no. And the most active principle is hearing, and then super soul is reached. The heart is, when heart is completely purified, then the super soul is reached. And when the super soul is reached, someone has reached super soul, he has perfected his life. Now actually there are many aspects of this verse, but it's not possible to discuss within 1 hour. Like this was only one aspect. There are many examples. Now in the translation itself, Srila Prabhupada says like about Daridra Narayan. Now most of the foolish people, they think that even Daridra, those are poor people, they are also called Narayan. Like Bhagavad Gita, there is one text, they misinterpret and they misconstrue this text, is called Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So they don't take it in locative case, like in Vibhakti, like within this house someone is living there. So within this house, so that misinterpret this text. Vasudeva Sarvamiti means everyone is Vasudev. Not that within everyone Vasudev is living. They said that no, everyone, here also Vasudev, here also Narayan, he is also Narayan, everyone is Narayan. But they misinterpret this text, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So for that reason, the Sanskrit text to be understood in such a way, that's what they misinterpret like anything. They misinterpret like anything. Like once upon a time, most of the time I told this story, I went to Varanasi for learning Sanskrit actually when I was studying. So there are 3 or 4 Mayavadis, and there are one of our group, we went there for studying Sanskrit. So there is 3 or 4 Mayavadis were there. So one was telling me, one new devotee was there, that Brahma Sattva Jagat Mithya. The Brahma is Sattva Jagat Mithya. And I was sitting under a tree, I was reading something, and then I heard, then I immediately ran away and said, I want to argue with you. Okay, let's start argument. He was teaching, and then first sentence he uttered, Brahma Sattva Jagat Mithya. And then I caught him. If you say that Brahma Sattva Jagat Mithya, then here you are in which world? You are also in the world of Mithya. And why are you telling Mithya? Then whatever you are telling, that is also Mithya. And whatever Shankaracharya spoke, that is also Mithya. Then why are you telling lie? Then no, Mithya is different thing. In this way, he argued for 2 hours from Buddhist philosophy, Shunyavad, Kevala Dvaitavad, Dvaitavad, Vishishta Dvaitavad, and then Dvaita Dvaitavad, and ultimately I went even up to Ajinta Ved and Aved. Still they don't want to accept. They said that Brahma, when they become situated when they're completely free from this material bondage, when they're situated on the platform of Sattva, they become Narayan. They become Narayan. So such a deep-rooted mentality, because this is called actually real envious mentality. That Jiva himself, they become Narayan. So then I told him, I gave all the philosophy, Achinta Vedanta, no, qualitatively, we are same with the Lord, but not quantitatively, so they don't accept. I gave 50 examples, they don't want to accept. Then I understood, I have to give you a practical lesson. So next day, 3 of them sat for eating, and then I asked all of my friends, you should not come here, I want to teach a lesson, so you all remain there. So the person who says that Brahma and Paramatma, qualitatively and quantitatively, both of them are same. So what did I do? I took 1 grain of rice from one bucket and gave him 1 grain of rice, 1 grain of spinach, shak, everything one. एक दाना दिया. ये किया है गुरुजी, एक दाना क्यों? बोला, yesterday I told you that Brahma and Paramatma, in quantitatively they are not same, qualitatively they are same, but you didn't accept. So today you have to eat 1 grain of rice, because 1 grain of rice is equal to whole rice of bucket, and the 1 piece of spinach is equal to whole spinach, so you have to eat only 1 and 1. ये लड़का कहाँ से आया, ये क्या? बोला हाँ, एक दाना खाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एक दाना और सारे दाना समान है, एक दाना चावल और सारे चावल समान है, एक दाना दाल सारे दाल समान है, क्योंकि सब कुछ एक से आया. तो आपको क्यों वैचित्र चाहिए? सब कुछ क्यों चाहिए आपको? Why do you want everything? Because everything is one, qualitatively and also at the same time qualitatively. And then there is another person, he is Shunyavadi. Everything has come from zero. I didn't give anything to his plate is empty, zero. Hey Guru, क्या हुआ? मिला है? अगर this world is varietyless, variegatedness, and you say that this world is varietyless, then why do you need variety? Your plate also should be empty. Your place also should be empty. And why do you need shak sabji, all this dal, sabji, chapati? You should eat shunya. And then another person was, he was that whatever can be seen through the eyes, that is only believable. And if you can't see anything through your eyes, sense perception, and that is not believable. Then I gave one Vishana Chakra, not I. Vishana Chakravarti Thakur, he quoted one sloka, I've forgotten that sloka. And he make laugh. He says, whenever you are not in your house, and if your wife is pregnant by someone else, then you have not seen, why do you become sad? If your wife is pregnant by someone else, you have not seen, na? No, why do you become sad? हाँ गुरुजी आप ज़्यादा बता रहे हैं. बोला नहीं, था थोड़ा सा एक एग्जाम्पल है. Then ultimately I told them, first you accept that Brahma and Paramatma is not same with the quality, same but not same with the quality. If you accept, then I'll give you whole rice, whole dal, whole sabji. Otherwise, I'm standing nearby bucket, I'll not give you anything. First you accept. And then, Guruji, ठीक है. And then they actually utter also another slok from Bhagavad Gita, Brahmoiva Brahmarpanam. So I told them, from today you should stop this verse. Because the person who doesn't have any form, so to whom you are offering all these ingredients, all these oblations, he doesn't accept anything, he is formless. If he is formless, then how does he accept all this offering? If he is formless, then how does he accept all his offering? So from today, you should stop reciting this verse. They could not say anything. Then I didn't study. I say, you all are a bunch of useless guys, don't want to study under you. I am living today, right now. वो एक्चुअली जब हम पढ़ते थे तब हमारे छुट्टी जब होते थे तो चुप चुप के हमें वाराणसी चले जाते थे कुछ पढ़ने के लिए. उधर न्याय वैशेषिक पढ़ाते और वो मायावादी सर दे यार. There are so many things to discuss, but time is not there, so I'll stop here. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की